Welcome to In the Huddle. I'm Sun Sports Editor Lloyd Jones, joined, of course, as always, by Coach Scott Stearns of the Kennett High football team. Scott, welcome.
How you
Good
doing,
to have
Lloyd?
you back.
Yeah,
it's our post-election show.
Post-election, yeah, what a big day, huh?
I think it could be a huge night. I don't know what we're going to do without all these political ads.
No more texts coming to my phone calls, and all this stuff. It's like,
We got a call at 4 a.m. 4 a.m. the phone rang, wondering if we needed a ride to the polls. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
Right, wow.
Yeah.
Hopefully everyone got out and voted.
It was an absolute wild day. In Bartlett, there was a 2-hour wait at times.
Yeah.
Conway, there was a 90-minute wait at times, but you breezed right in,
Yeah,
huh?
I got there around 3:30 and breezed. Took me 10 minutes to vote.
Did it really?
It was awesome, yeah. Went in, went out. And,
did you do the iPad stuff?
no, just the old paper.
Was it really?
Yeah, and then they scanned my license in and everything there. Yeah, so it's nice, yeah.
So it's nice to see democracy in action, and so glad everyone took the time to vote, and it's important. Got to do that in the local elections too, so please get out and vote. From now on, participate in our community. Speaking of community, we had a great turnout for the Carroll County Championship game. The ball just didn't bounce our way.
Yeah, it was a big crowd there that Friday night, and just didn't end the way we wanted it to end.
No.
To have to send the cup back to Wolfboro for the first time, and I don't even know how long.
I don't think they have a place to put it. It's been so long since they had it.
So it's a long time, but yeah, they got the best of us, and our nemesis all year, like you said Sunday, we can't stop the run.
I know.
And offensively, we struggled as well, and
yeah, but we also talked, Scott, where it could very easily have been a 6-3 season for us this year.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of those games. Like I think Trinity and Plymouth are in a class of their own, but I think every other game was definitely winnable for us.
Yeah. I think Bo was the third best team we played, and we beat
Bo.
them.
I mean, we came out and we played with Bo that week, and we harped on that to find that passion, that energy that we found that game, and that's a good thing to be a part of. The first time beating Bo, as no one, they'd never done it, and then
that was
so
a huge
forth,
win.
and then we thought we had some momentum going out, and then you get to that Hanover game, and it's just not good enough to recover from the mistakes. Friday we always seemed like we'd get some momentum going for ourselves in all these games, and then we shoot ourselves in the foot and then lose the momentum, and it's just that Bow game we just kept grinding. We just
really
didn't make any mistakes and just played well. Bowen played really well. And this week we were banged up. Ben Chick was barely walking on Monday.
I couldn't even believe Ben played, or Davin.
Yeah, and Davin was, a
groin injury.
Yeah, groin injury, and he gave it his all, but he wasn't the Davin that we're used to out there.
No.
So, I mean, you got to have the next guy step up, hopefully, but lose two of your key players,
two captains,
two captains and seniors, and just unfortunate.
No, really was unfortunate, because it was like, I was so keyed up for it, and I'd have bet the house that this was going to be a really close, good game.
Yeah, I mean, to lose, I didn't think it would be a blowout, but
no.
Yeah, I thought it would be a close game either way. Decided, either us winning or not, obviously. But they came in and they just did what they did. They run the ball and they give it to that kid in the backfield. And he's a good player, a big kid, tough kid to stop. And
Tyrese Ryder, I think.
Tyrese, yeah, I guess he's a transfer from North Carolina. But yeah, and I think they got a brand new coach over there. He's doing a great job with the program, and getting the kids, fired up and into it. And yeah,
we had some great drives, but we just kind of got hurt a little bit by the hanky.
Yeah, we just need to keep our composure better. Like too many personal fouls.
But it just seems like we get more than anyone else.
Yeah, I mean, some of them you can agree with, and some of them you look at it and it's like, whoa, what's going on here? What do we do to the refs of the state of New Hampshire? But
I mean, Sawyer Hussey ran down Ryder, and then there was a penalty on that.
Yeah.
Was that a horse collar? But it didn't look like a horse collar.
It didn't look like a horse collar to me, and I can't.
You got him by the back of the jersey.
Yeah, he got the back of him. I mean, the great hustle play by Sawyer, but once they're on to you, you just got to tame it back, or you're just going to have a long night. And I think we didn't tame it back, and we had a lot of kids that were,
it's emotional, I think.
Emotional, a lot of seniors last game, and it was a challenging season to keep it, together, and then to come out and have that happen. It's just not something. So hopefully we learn from it for next year.
Yeah, pretty united though. The boys stayed. They were committed.
Yeah, they were committed to it. They, this group surprised me this year. They really did come together, and played, gave us everything, didn't quit right to the end, even, 2-6 and still fought the whole way. And, it's, that last game is to be the coach and to watch those seniors and the emotions that they go through.
It's so bittersweet.
It's, to see kids just crying and, because it's over, for some of them. It's a ride to be on, that's for sure. It takes you back to when you played and your last days on the field, and the feeling. But some of them, they just put so much into it, and
I mean, what do you say, Coach, to your team at the end? Just thank you, and
you thank the seniors for they've been with me for 3 years, and and you thank everything else, and I think there's some things that as a program that we need to learn from, like we need a better commitment in the off season, so you try to remind them.
Football's really become a year-round project here in the state.
Yeah, it's you really, I mean, it's not, you either, you got to be in the gym, you got to be technically sound, you got to be strong, and I just think we're not very strong. We don't have a lot of kids committed to the weight room.
And then I look at Plymouth and I see one thing they've got that I wish we had was a wrestling program.
Right.
I think that would help us.
Yeah, and we were at Kingswood. I guess Kingswood has a club now, wrestling.
Do they have a wrestling club?
They have a club. So it's like, I think that's a sport that brings toughness and, a different type of mentality to the athlete, one-on-one and out there with that guy, and, you got to get him, So, yeah. But I think, I mean, as coaching staff, we got to sit back and look at, like, how do we get this weight room going better than it has been going in the first 3 years? How do we get that passion? You got AU basketball, you got all these baseball programs, you got all these hockey programs. There's not really any other clubs for football that you can go out. There are. So it's really the weight room, and then just coming together even more. Being more united as a team.
And we have so many boys who play multiple sports.
Yeah, and that's what we want. I mean, we want 3-sport athletes.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not saying, we're just saying that there's always time to hit the gym. When there's a team workout, you should be there. You know what I mean? And it shouldn't be, I'm working out on my own, then you come into play and you're not
I'd like to think some of the other teams work out in the gym and use that too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not, I think I know lacrosse is working out right now for their season. And I mean, and it's not just about football. It's going to help you in baseball, basketball, lacrosse, golf, tennis, anything, and set you up with a healthy habit for life, hopefully.
Yeah, and Colby has said that it lessens the injuries.
Right. I mean, you got a lot of these kids. I mean, Davin Bailey is a great example. He plays every sport, every club. He plays AAU. He plays all these things,
basketball, tennis.
Does his body ever get a rest?
No,
it does not. So we'll keep working at it. That's all we can do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So tradition returned, the pizza bowl. Did you go down to the pizza bowl?
We went down to the pizza bar and had pizza with Kingswood and everything, and four of our players at a table, 4 of their players at a table.
Really?
So they had to sit down around and interact, and both teams signed a football to present to the owners of the pizza bar, because they have a display there when you walk in, and that's all that good old school tradition.
Do they give you enough toppings down there? Isn't it crazy?
There was quite a bit of pizza. It just kept coming out.
Did it?
Yeah, it's not a bad thing, Lloyd.
Pepperoni mushroom?
They had pepperoni, they had Hawaiian, they had, I don't know if they had any pepperoni mushroom, but boy, they kept filling the table and a big cake and everything.
Really?
Yeah, so.
That's a nice thing. And then to break it up, just you get to learn some of your opponent, and then probably after the game you say, hey, I had pizza with that guy. He was a good guy.
Right, and then after the game you can walk out and say, well, see you tomorrow night, or see you Friday night. But it was good. Everyone behaved. It was a good event, to see such close rivals there. It was a good time. So
we want to recognize some of our seniors. We've got some photos from the game, and if you want to talk a little bit about each of the players as they come up, that would be great, Stearnsy.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
So, what a group we got there.
What a good group.
I didn't realize we had so many seniors.
Yeah, we were heavy
10?
Class.
10 or 11?
10 of them, I think.
And then the parents have done so much.
Yeah, there's Caleb Picano, coached him in middle school, coached him for the last 3 years.
Did you?
2 years of it, which he was a starter. He was
offensive lineman.
Offensive lineman. Never didn't play a lot of defense for us, but would pretty much do whatever we asked, and just a good kid.
Oh, that's great.
And then Grayson Witchley, 2-year captain.
Boy, his brother looks just like him.
Yeah, his brother looks just like him.
Is he a football player?
Yeah, I think he's a football player over in Freiburg. Grayson's going to his games. But another kid, he started for us for 3 years on the offensive line, defensive line this year. He played all over, and he just a lot of time in the weight room, and just a good kid.
During introductions, they were saying that he wants to play football
Yeah,
next year.
I think he just found out that he's got like 3 tears in his shoulder from like probably 2 years ago.
Oh my
so
God.
if he did, he'd probably have to redshirt this year because he's probably after hockey. He's going to have to get operated on. But I think he has some interest. We'll see. It'd be interesting to see what happens there.
That would be great for him. Good.
Yeah. There's Liam. He's a good kid. He's put in a lot of time in the weight room, a lot of energy into the program. Always showed up to our stuff. Played quite a bit of defense for us this year. Played some offense, but
got some tackles.
Yeah, he had a few tackles there. Yeah, so he's another quiet but another interesting, funny young man.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. And there's Ben. 3 years coached him in the park in the Pee Wee football, middle school, and another kid. He just had a big year this year for us. Really came in and led a lot. It was a lot of our emotional speeches in the beginning of games and so forth, and just ran really hard for us.
He did it all for us. Offense, defense, punting.
Yeah, punting, offense, defense. Really, his body was definitely hurting for that last game, and
his dad joked with my wife the other day, wondering if Lloyd could look up to see if there's any stats for most personal fouls in the state.
Well, yeah, that's one thing.
Ben plays with emotion.
He definitely plays with emotion, and and a lot of those times Ben was getting.
He got his hand stepped on, back of his leg.
Last week he got one on the sideline. It was like he was just trying to get the guy to stop hitting him.
Yeah.
And it's like we're 5 yards out of bounds, but Ben gets the flag on him. It's like
it was a horrible call.
Let's give the kid a break. He's getting pounded out here, and
Oh, I'd take 10 more Ben Chicks and have a pretty good team.
Absolutely. Devin Jakubek, 3 year, played a lot as a sophomore. Definitely stepped in as a junior. Played a lot of football for us over the last 3 years.
Bit of an unsung linebacker for us.
Yeah, he's played linebacker for us for 2 years straight, and a fullback, sort of like that fullback position. We call it our 2-back, but he puts a lot into it. Very emotional. Another kid that's what's he played? 2 sports. Anyways, great baseball catcher.
Player is his
catcher.
sport. Yeah.
He's a big baseball player. So
he wants to play college baseball.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
a lot of these guys have interest beyond Kennett.
Beyond just playing at Kennett, which is great. And BMAC, he's just a kid that's got a heart of gold.
If anyone could redshirt, I would make a case for BMAC.
This year, he had the worst luck. Started with the knee in a hitting drill, and then the wrist. And it's a kid that does everything and anything that we have for a team event. If we have a lift, if we have a senior night, if we have picking up trash, he doesn't miss anything. He's there for everything.
He's the unsung hero. He's the heart of Kennett football.
He is the heart, and you say if you had, 40 Bens, if you had 40 BMACs that cared as much as BMAC cared about athletics in general and Kennett football, and it's great. It's great to see
his younger brothers playing.
Yeah, Logan, his little brother, he plays. Yep. So yeah, it's just family, and his mom. She's president of Booster Club, does a ton for the team.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Without her, we'd be screwed. So yeah, it's good. So Tristan Jones, we had big hopes for him this year.
He had big hopes for himself.
Yeah, and I know he wanted to play a lot, and he was bummed out about the way the season went, but, he broke his hand at the beginning of the season, so we really couldn't use him. He would have gave us some different depth options at wide receiver, at DBs, and could have maybe get
created some mismatches, I think.
Yeah, and I think he's a big athletic kid, and
yeah.
Just unfortunately he fell and broke his hand, and we didn't get to utilize him as
Another
much.
Basketball player.
Big basketball player, yeah.
That's
Loves
his
basketball,
sport, so.
yeah. And Jacob Brown, just
that's not Bowen.
he's almost the same height as Bowen. I don't know, but no, it's Jacob. He's I think the best part of the game. Him and his brother connected for that lone touchdown.
Oh, that's a feel-good moment.
Yeah, that's just like, what? It was a crappy game. Two brothers get to connect for one last time. He gets to be the senior, the freshman quarterback. His brother's a senior.
Well, Bowen's first touchdown was to Jacob.
Yeah, and he ended it with Jacob. So that's and he Jacob's a good kid, great baseball player, great football player, got incredible hands, and yeah.
Not the biggest of kids to put on the defensive line, but he does a nice job.
But he fights, and he gets out there, and he gives it all, and he cares, and he's passionate, and
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
I think that's them coming out.
There's Bowen right there.
Bowen. Yeah, just Gonna miss JB.
Yeah, and then Davin, you know, the whole Bailey clan there.
Yeah.
It's,
I mean, they're all the part of Kennett football,
They
from
all
Jen
are.
all the way to Chris.
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of Kennett history there, and Davin is just such a incredible human being. You know, he's you know, a kid that's probably one of the best players, one of the better players in the state.
Yeah,
And
definitely one of the
you
best
never
to
hear
come
him
through
crying
Kennett.
about not getting the ball. Or he just goes out and he does whatever he's supposed
Then
to do.
I didn't realize he was third in his class. He got
Yeah, I
recognized
mean,
as
he's like
hometown hero this week.
We were on hometown hero for him. He's third in his class. You know, he's picked a school for education, not just football.
Williams,
And, yeah,
huh?
Williams, a great school. You know, and he's super excited about the education he's going to get there. And he's just a good, down to earth human being. You know,
He really is.
you
Yeah.
know, and
So humble, you wouldn't know he's the best player on the team.
yeah, you wouldn't know. I mean, you look at him and you say, boy, that kid's going to be an athlete. But
Yeah.
I mean, he's just humble and just, you know.
Yeah, 6'7" with the afro. I mean, you
Yeah,
can't
that
beat
hair gets him a couple, 4 or 5 inches, right?
Yeah,
And Sawyer, you know,
yeah.
Sawyer's a
Love the Hussies.
great kid, great competitor. You know, another 3-star athlete. You know, he.
I'll
gives
never
us-
forget Sawyer's play in the 100th anniversary game. I think that was his coming out moment against St. Thomas. He was phenomenal.
he's just a shutdown guy out there at corner, and he's got
Yeah.
great hands. He's got great effort for you, and you know, he's got a lot going on. He plays 3 sports. He's got, you know, the horse thing that him and his family do.
Competing in
which-
world championships for horse
right, I think
drafting.
He just won the last time he went. So, hey, a well-rounded kid, you know.
Absolutely. There they are.
Yeah,
what a
they all
bunch.
are. What a
2,
bunch.
4, 6, 8, 10.
10 of
So
them.
it's
yeah.
10 we got to replace. So
Yeah.
we'll have to have a big signing day in the
Yeah,
off
we're
season.
gonna have a big signing day for sure.
But we do have a few photos from the game. We can throw those up and talk a little bit about it. It was just, Scott, I saw something. I thought I knew football pretty well, but I don't know how it could be. When we were driving in the third quarter, I think it was, and we had a nice drive going, and we got down to like 3rd and 2 or something, and we throw to the end zone, and they call pass interference on Kingswood, and we only moved the ball half the distance, and then it's 4th down. I didn't understand that.
Why we didn't get 3rd down over it.
Yeah, I didn't know why we didn't get an automatic
Yeah.
first. It just seemed like,
Yeah, because I can't remember the situation, but yeah, there's sometimes you watch them place the ball after penalties, and
Yeah.
you're just scratching your head like, and you can't.
yeah, because I'm scribbling down, and I turned to Peter Ames. I said, "That's first down," and he goes, "No, I don't think it is. It's different."
Yeah, it's marked from the spot, not from, you know. It's weird how they do it, but yeah, I mean sometimes they lose track of what's
Yeah.
going on out there. You know what I mean?
I mean,
And
it's
there's no
just-
instant replay to go do or anything,
No.
so it's screaming and yelling doesn't really benefit you in the long run.
I mean,
so.
you could just mug the heck out of our receivers, and no real penalty.
We did get mugged. I mean, there was times when they were coming up pressing our guys, and
Yeah.
it's like, come on, this isn't even just a press.
Well, there were a
This is-
couple of passes to Marquise where Bowen threw a nice strike, and there's a guy right draped all over
Yeah. They
Marquise's
got away with
shoulder.
it. So
got
it's
away-
just like the Patriots, man, way back in the Super Bowl when they mugged the Rams, you
Yeah.
know, and threw all their timing off, and hey, it worked.
Super physical,
And then they
absolutely.
sent the farm. They knew that we had to throw to win, and they sent the farm at Bowen, and you know they got through.
Yeah. But I love how we come out onto the field. It just
Yeah.
says a lot.
Witchley and Ryan Chick leading us out, so yeah, that was Big D right there.
Yeah, that was the pass interference, I think. I
Yeah,
was like,
he had his fair share of PIs that did not get called
I
against him
know.
this year.
He has great hands.
He's an incredible athlete, and yeah. So is that Ben or no? Who is that?
I think that's Cooper.
Who is that? Number 12?
Yeah, number
going
12,
for it.
Cooper
Yeah,
Coleman.
Yeah,
Going to be a huge part of our program next year.
yeah. He should
The
be.
next
I mean, he should be.
couple years.
Yeah, he got 2 more years. Him only being a sophomore, he only gets stronger and better.
He's our little Swiss Army knife. Can do a
Yeah,
little
he
bit
does
of
everything. Plays quarterback, returner, running back. Yeah, he can do anything.
There's Ben.
There's Ben. You know, that ankle was just hard.
And I think one of the things people forget about Ben is he's a good blocker, too.
He's a great blocker.
Yeah.
Yeah. He does a lot of the dirty work.
He
you know.
does. He's willing to do it,
And he
and-
doesn't mind. There's Bowen, you know.
I mean, if I'd have told you at the start of the year, Bowen's stats, he'd be second in Division II in passing, you'd have said, you're kidding.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have believed that, but he had a great season.
He really
you know,
did.
Learned a ton as a freshman being out there flinging it. You know, it's not like the freshman put in a situation where we had a great running game that he just had to make a few passes, and you know it was on him. You know, you gotta throw, or we're going to be in trouble, and you know he did.
He's got a bright future, and Marquise Toomey.
I mean, Marquise is just another kid that's, great athlete.
You see him and you think, he's one more year. He's done at the end of this year. He's only a sophomore.
He's only a sophomore, so you get 2 more years. Him and Bowen together could develop some nice rapport, and it could be huge,
You throw in Cooper Coleman, and
Right.
then I'm thinking Owen Robertson.
Owen Robertson's got hands. Cooper Coleman, Bryce Needham.
Jason Baker.
Jason Baker is going to be a senior next year. There's kids in the
Absolutely.
pipeline. There's Devin there looking to stiff arm this kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's Sawyer.
Sawyer pull.
Yeah, making a tackle.
That's not a horse collar.
That is not a horse collar.
No.
That's not a horse collar.
There he is catching the guy from a different angle.
Yeah.
And Jason Baker,
Yeah,
going to
Baker,
be tough to
yeah.
stop next year, let's hope.
Big, strong kid, puts a lot into the weight room as well. He's one that definitely hits the weight room.
I think he might have been second or third on our team in tackles.
Yeah, I mean, he's another, he's going to be a senior next year. So. And there is Jacob Lundgren, who had to punt for us.
I know.
I think he's a sophomore. Ben couldn't punt. Davin couldn't. Davin couldn't even kick for us.
No.
We tried it in pregame, and it was like he was like almost. So
Pain.
we shut that down. So.
But Jacob's going to help us next year.
Yeah,
I
but
thought
he hit a few good punts.
Oh my God, his second punt was beautiful.
Yeah.
Pinned him deep.
Pinned him deep down. So yeah, we got
I think we're celebrating Brown's touchdown.
Touchdown to Brown, yeah.
There it is. Right over the shoulder is perfect.
Yeah. Kick good hands, good athlete.
He does.
There's Baker trying to get outside, it looks like.
Yeah. And there's Cooper. And this was where they're draped all over Marquise.
Yeah, there was a couple that it's just like, God, guys, you got to
Give us
call
a chance.
the flag. Give us a chance here.
Yeah. I think we're making a tackle.
Looks like Bryce, I think. Maybe.
Yeah, Bryce Needham.
Yeah, kid.
Young kid, lots of young kids. Yeah. I mean, we got 10 seniors, but it was a relatively young team. Not a lot of those seniors played a ton.
Yeah, we had I think we have a pretty young team. We have a good nucleus coming back next year, and Bowen will be 1 year older. Marquise is going to be another year. Hopefully, we get all those varsity players in the weight room and get going. That's the key. You look at all these other teams that are good year in and year out. They're in the weight room. They're doing these extra things to get better at football. And we need to get to that.
Do we got all our coaches coming back, hopefully? Or?
As far as I know right now, all the coaches are coming back. Yeah, we have the same staff, as far as I know.
Good.
We had our end of the year meetings with Mr. Weaver, but but as far as I know, we're all coming back. And
I was worried you were going to just go off and leave me and start your own fantasy show since you're dominating fantasy football.
Right? Yeah. No, we got to win some games next year.
Ready for some NFL picks?
Yes, sir.
All right. First one, Thursday night, big one.
I'm going Bengals.
Are you going Bengals?
I don't know. Maybe they're going to start.
Boy, Lamar and Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry's
a man.
Unbelievable, isn't he?
And then if you live in Germany, you get to wake up to this.
I don't know. You might want to leave.
I know.
I don't know. I'll go with the Giants as well. I have no idea.
Yeah, I have no idea either. But it's like, oh, that's the best we could send to Europe, that game?
Yeah, that seems right. I'll take Buffalo.
Yeah, Joe Flacco's the answer, not the answer in Indianapolis.
He didn't have a very big game this week, did he?
No, he really didn't.
Yeah, I'll take the Chiefs.
Chiefs. Travis Kelce got me some big points.
Yeah, look at D-Hop now. He's going to be
I know.
Could be scary.
They really could. Saints fired their coach.
Yeah, I'll take Atlanta.
Yeah, I just can't get
They're
behind
too
the
banged
Falcons.
up. I mean, the Saints are all beat up.
Oh, I think they are.
Yeah, so.
And they traded their best
Lattimore,
defensive
right,
back.
right,
Lattimore is going to the Commanders. Woo!
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. They got a big game this week.
They do.
Who they're playing, but. Oh, I'm taking the Pats.
Are you taking the Pats?
Yeah, this one, I mean.
Tampa Bay, did they leave it all on the field?
Yeah, I'll take the Niners, but Tampa looks good still with all those injuries and still competing.
Troy Aikman was questioning why they didn't go for 2. Would you have gone for 2 when you got that touchdown at the end, or would you kick the extra point?
Yeah, I would have gone for the 2.
Would you have gone for 2?
Yeah.
No, this is the big one,
Yeah, this is a big game right here. I'm going to take the Commanders.
Whew, I hope so. Here's my upset of the week.
Really? Jags over the Vikes? Yeah, I'm going to take the Vikings.
Good man. I know my picks are bad.
I don't know about the Jags. Rams.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take the Rams.
Pua, stay on the field for
Yeah,
Scott
stay
and I.
out there for us. I might need you this week.
I think we might. Drake London's questionable for me.
Yeah, take the Eagles.
America's team. What do you
Bill
think?
Belichick going to be in Dallas next year?
I would think he'd be offered the job.
I would think that I'd be on the phone to him now. I mean,
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, they keep saying McCarthy's fine, Jerry Jones says something. I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, look at all the talent on that team.
Yeah.
And, man.
No Dak Prescott and the Jets.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll take the Cardinals.
Yeah, I was going to say, you haven't picked the Jets yet.
Yeah, I'm not going to pick the Jets.
No, nothing wrong with that. This one's in Houston. That's why I made it a little closer.
Yeah, I'll take Detroit, too.
Yeah, Detroit looks
They
good.
look really good. I like to see Detroit win the Super Bowl.
Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah, if the Pats can't win it, why not them?
Yeah, they look good in all phases.
Yeah, that's 2017. I'll take the Chargers.
It's just a toss-up with
Yeah,
those
that's
guys.
a 50-50. That's a pick 'em.
Yeah. Tua hasn't been exactly lighting it up.
No, we got to get back in the rhythm.
Yeah. Then our big college game is number 11 Alabama at number 14 LSU.
Yeah, I'll take Bama.
You take Bama? Boy, I was so bummed with Navy when they played Notre Dame. They just didn't show up in the first
They
half.
lost to Rice last week, too.
Did they lose to Rice,
yeah,
too?
They lost to Rice, I think it was.
Oh, my
last week,
God. Jeez, the rough go for those boys.
Yeah, so much for the 2-1 losses.
Yeah. Army-Navy game's going to be huge, though.
Yeah, it's going to be a big game.
I
Can't
see
wait.
Army's in the top 20, I think.
They're still there. Navy's out now.
Yeah,
Their
Navy's
losses,
out.
yeah. But Army's still going to play Notre Dame, too, I think.
Do they?
Yeah,
Oh, good. Maybe this week.
Yeah, it's coming up soon. They
Yeah.
have to play them, so.
And you're going down to Army-Navy game?
Yeah, going down Army-Navy game. So we'll be down there for that weekend down in D.C., so it'll be a good time.
Is that after Thanksgiving?
That is, yeah, it's in December. December 14th, I think.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so.
Will our Navy man come home for Thanksgiving?
He'll be home
able
for
to?
Thanksgiving, yeah.
Good.
And then he goes back for, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks, and they'll have a little winter break, and then
Good.
back to the grind. Yeah, it's hard to believe he's almost through year number 2.
I know. Is it hard? It's hard for me to say. Is he enjoying it or?
I think he's enjoying it. Yeah,
Is he?
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. I mean, there's a lot to balance, but you get to do a lot of neat stuff. Neat opportunities arise. Like, he's into running now, so he just ran a marathon.
Did he do? Oh, that's right. He was going to do the marathon. How did that go?
He did good. He came out of the gates too strong, he said, and about the 11-mile mark, he hit a little bit of a wall, but he finished.
Did he really?
Yeah, so he had a good time. But just all kinds of different things that they get to do and put in for as they go through the years there.
Scott, I don't drive 26 miles in a week.
You're not going to see me run a marathon, I can tell you that. I'm not going to walk a marathon. No. That's why they made it the engine, you know what I mean? You just push the pedal and it works pretty well for me.
It works pretty well for me, too. So, got a few minutes left. Let's look ahead to these playoffs this week in Division 2.
Yeah.
We got some, I don't know if there's any great games, but who do we got? We got...
Plymouth's got Merrimack Valley.
Yeah, Plymouth against Merrimack Valley.
I would think Plymouth will roll there.
Yeah, number 1 against number 8. Plymouth won the first one, 48-32.
Yeah.
Then number 4, Sauhegan is hosting John Stark, number 5, on Saturday.
I think that's going to be Sauhegan. We'll roll through that. I don't see...
Sauhegan romped them 45-14 in Ware on September 20th.
Yeah.
Then Pelham is scheduled to host Manchester West on Friday.
I think it could be a good game, but I think Pelham's going to win that game.
Yeah, the Pythons won 49-22. And then this one's the interesting one to me, maybe. Trinity versus Bow on Saturday. But Trinity kicked the dickens out of Bow in the first game, but I think there's some turnovers early.
I think Bow's a good team. I think, they're very well disciplined. They're pretty well coached. I think Trinity is as well. I think Trinity is going to pretty much roll through them, but it definitely was the one that when I was looking at it earlier today, I'm like, that could be a little interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think,
I don't know if the Joss Amoso kid is healthy after he got hurt against us.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't, but
I don't.
They got a lot of weapons down there.
They do. That quarterback, I like.
That quarterback's good. They're fast. They move you around, spread you out, and but Bow's a good team. You never know what.
I mean, if things play out, we'd be looking at a Plymouth Sauhegan and then Trinity versus Pelham.
Yeah,
matchup, so
that's tough draws if you win your first round to go to Sauhegan and Trinity Pelham. I mean, talk about.
Whew.
Hey,
it'd be some good football.
Well, I'm pulling for
Plymouth.
Yeah,
me too.
I'm definitely pulling for Plymouth. So
they're always my second choice. If we
we're
can't
not
be
in
there,
it, they're in it. I'd rather see them win it. So.
I would love to do that.
It's nice to see one of these North Country teams.
Absolutely, and they do it the right way, like we do it. So
yeah, they get a great program.
We have a great program too, and we've managed to make it through another show, pal. And next week we're gonna keep it a secret, but we're gonna have some special guests. Hopefully.
Yeah, we'll have some guests next week.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
So, Coach, enjoy the week.
Yeah, you too.
Relax a little bit.
Yep.
So for Scott Stearns, I'm Lloyd Jones, and for Rob Struble. And I forgot to thank our Kennett football boosters. My God, that's an error on my part.
Dawn is going to be all over.
Oh, my God. Our platinum sponsors, gold sponsors, silver sponsors, bronze sponsors, black and white sponsors. You people have been truly amazing this season. We can't thank you enough for all you've done for Kennett football and continue to do for Kennett football in our community. So I think that's a wrap for this week. Everyone have a great week. Stay safe. Eat pizza.
Yeah. Eat.
Eat.